So the General Conference voted at the highest level of authority to reject the inspiration of the spirit of prophecy. It is no longer a source of truth and light.
Authoritative, yeah.
Okay, so it is no longer. They withdrew that statement. So it is now just speak with prophetic authority, but it's not a source of truth or light. Okay, now, if you're on salary for the denomination, are you really in a position to preach something different than that? You can't. You have to obey the position of the corporation. So I defend the legal right of pastors to preach against the spirit of prophet, the inspiration, and not to use it. They not only have a legal right, they have a legal responsibility to support the decision of the corporation.
Correct.
It's the wrong decision. It withdraws themselves from being in the remnant church. They made a position which they no longer can represent the remnant people of God because they no longer have the spirit of prophecy. And so therefore, but they made the decision. And if I'm an employee of the corporation, I must support the decision of the corporation.
Of course.
So I support I support the legal right and the moral right of employees to preach the official line. It's the wrong choice. They must, if you want to preach truth, I say you should resign and work for God and preach the truth. But you cannot do it morally and go against your employer.
Wow.
So that's a real interesting implication.
Boy. Thank you for that. That answers a lot of our questions, Justin's. About many things we were talking about on this channel. So
yeah, absolutely.
You pretty much enlightened us so much.
I can't even imagine giving a nod of approval to everything that Dr. Ganoun Diop is doing and saying. And you be the president and you say, brothers and sisters, support the spirit of prophecy. Do not give up on it. Be involved in mission. Preach the three angels' messages. And then not do anything about Dr. Diop, who's obviously violating every principle of the Seventh-day Adventist message, and then denies it later, and says he hasn't. So I'm not surprised. It's just that, like Eli was judged not for being a bad person. Eli was severely judged by God for not doing anything about all the sins when he had the power to do something about it. Elder Wilson has the authority and visibility to do something. He doesn't want to. And so he's responsible for not doing anything and for squelching the talk about at the General Conference about the injections and so on. And so the United Nations is just one other step, if it's true what they've been saying, and it doesn't surprise me at all because it's just a natural step and it's going to go further. Eventually, there will be a Sunday law. And in order not to lose our universities, our churches, our colleges, and hospitals, there's no choice. They're going to have to support the Sunday law.
Mercy.
It'll be a soft support. It'll be a quiet support, but they will support it. I am 100% convinced because the direction they're going doesn't allow for them to turn around. You can't develop all these formal relationships with the New World Order and then back out when those laws come. So Dr. Diop is in the same boat as the vice president of the General Conference. His friends are the enemies of God.
Mercy. All right. That was clear.